What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Unfinished Business. This is episode 20, a whole number. Feels nice. So, thanks so much for being here, guys. We did it. So we have. I love this group. We have. I don't know. Maybe a lot, maybe not a lot to discuss, depending on how much we consume.
We've got an amazing show for you guys tonight.
Yeah. If you guys ever watch like New Heights, which is like the Kelsey brothers, Travis always says to Jason, "Hey man, tell us what we got going on this week." And Jason goes, "Ha! We're gonna have an awesome episode this week." And he says it every week. So it's like, man, when is it gonna be a bad one? But anyways, what's up, Scott?
Holding it down. Holding it down.
Holding it down.
Yeah, I think Tyler's losing it.
Dude, I'm totally losing it. It's a Thursday, so I'm already thrown off.
Yeah, that is bizarre.
And I'm already in weekend mood already. So
that was my fault.
It can be like, dude, who cares? It's gonna be totally
Scott cares.
Unhinged. That's great. Thank you, Scott. Thank you. The passion's up. I don't know what's going on in your world of disc golf right now. What's going on, Matt? You just came from tags.
I did just come from tags, and I missed last week, which is very sad. So
I forgot about that. Yeah, Matt was not here last week.
I was not here.
That's how much we
somebody was in the frame, but it wasn't Matt.
Brutal. But no. So here's what's going on. First, I want to mention what I did last week. So I went and I played 2 courses last week. There was one that was 5 minutes from the place I was staying. The longest layout was 9,970 feet. So it was almost a 10,000 foot layout. I played the shorts to shorts. And then the back nine, I played shorts to longs.
10,000 feet was a short layout?
No. The longest layout was 10,000 feet.
I missed that.
The shortest was like kind of close to my course here.
I got you.
Maybe 1,000 feet more. But on the shorts to the long, so not the longest layout, there was 3 par 3s over 500 feet in the woods, as in like the kind of the style like where we'll be going. And one of them was a 542 foot par 3 that expected you to pop like a boss on like a really stable, really fast disc, way on Annie, turn right for a specific amount of time, and then come back, like to even possibly birdie it. All these holes were like 4.4 on U-disc or like 4.5 where people are going. So very interesting. Played another short course. It was a lot more fun. It's just like a park style. Some guys saw me throw my only 2 good shots of the day, and it was a 60-footer for par and then a birdie shot. And they're like, "Dang, you're pretty decent in this disc golf thing." And I look over at them, and that's when I realized they're all throwing. It's the Onyx. It's like the really overstable
Onyx.
My bad. It's the Onyx. They're brand new, and they both have Onyxes.
Culture.
And I'm like, bro. If I didn't have my bag, I didn't have enough stuff to give him. I was like, someone needs to just get this boy a straight mid range. He would understand. But that was the trip. A lot of cool disc golf. And then I only have 2 other things. One, do you guys ever play disc golf and like forget you're enjoying throwing a shot so much you forget that you have other shots available to you?
Yeah,
all the time.
Yeah, Corey does. Yeah, dude. So I played practice round today. This leads into tags for a tournament I'm playing in 2 weeks. And I just tried to hit a gap repeatedly with a backhand turnover with like putters, and then just was like, wait, I can throw a forehand, and just threw like a birdie shot like 3 times in a row. So kind of depressing. But the main point of this is I just came from tags. Did I do well? I did a 4-hour practice round before where I threw multiple shots on each tee. Was not my smartest move. And then I got in the car, drove for an hour and a half. I tied for second to last out of 8 people.
Oh,
Nice.
Yes, Maddie. Yeah.
This is the course. This is the course where I went, whatever, was it 6 down through 7 holes? And I would have beat 3/4 of the card. Even if I got close to that, I played 24 holes and I shot 2 over in 24 holes. Terrible golf. But
what's the par and what's the feet?
Short course, the winning score was 12 down. They're all the same layout. So, but I could have hit like 8 down really easily. But
oh, that feels bad.
it feels really bad.
Yeah.
So
feels
what
good.
I've learned is sometimes the best thing is just to show up at a course and go.
Yeah. As far as tournaments, you mean?
Mind is fresh.
No, I
So what I do before a tournament is I never practice the tournament course the day. It's an onyx. I know, but it's pronounced onyx. Trust
Why?
me, because it's a Greek god. Look it up.
How to pronounce the Greek god?
No way.
Oh,
Even Paul Macbeth calls it the onyx.
Cool, dude.
yeah.
That's
he
what
likes
his disc
Is he
is.
Greek?
It's
Is
his
he
disc.
Greek?
It
Is he
doesn't matter.
Greek? Is
No,
he
he's
Greek?
not. But that's what he
okay.
calls his disc.
Well, then you have no right.
wait.
Dude, that's what he calls his disc.
I actually want to know, Tyler. You just go up, you show up to the course and just play.
So I never practiced the course the day before ever. I work on like shot shaping and field work the day before.
Oh,
Because I don't want to put myself in a bad mood the day before I play it. So like if I practice on like this is what I did. I practiced at one course on a Thursday, and let's just say I played it bad. I don't want to put myself in a bad mood the day before, and be in a bad mindset. So then the next day I'll do some like half hour of field work and a half hour of putting, and then that'll get me like straight.
Oh, I practiced this. It isn't for 2 weeks, but I thought Tyler. This is for Tyler's consistency. I thought he'd be very proud. You
Can't
can't
see
see the
that.
camera. There is notes for every hole and what I should play
There
for
it is.
par.
There you
Gameplay.
go.
And literally every single hole is play for par. It's all you know the shots that you
And
throw.
it didn't
like,
work.
Oh no, sorry, 2 different courses. My practice
Oh.
round was on a really hard course in a
Gotcha.
couple weeks. If I shoot 2 over on that course, I will
Gotcha.
be like in contention. But the short course is what I did terribly on. But the practice round, he is still just digging around through here.
What's up, dude?
But that's all. That's all for me.
What Corey has pretty much said is like I'm ready to move on.
Yeah, and I am too. Let's go for it. What about everyone else? What did everyone else do this week?
Somehow it translated to engine rotation.
Hey, there you go.
Engine rotation.
That's what he's the god of. He's the god of engine rotation.
Yeah.
You may have
Except
not
he
known
wrote
that
it.
combustion engines were around
I
in
was gonna say,
mythological Greece.
Henry Ford.
I'll never forget. I called it the annex as well, and I got scolded for it, and that's because
Okay, you know
like
how
himself.
many people I grew up with in like that are older than us that say Nike for shoes?
oh my gosh,
That's what they've called it.
Also a Greek goddess.
That's also
that is true.
actually.
Nike is. That's true.
But how
That's
do you
kinda
know it's
wild.
Nike?
Because the owner said it is.
That's
But if it's
his
named after a Greek
interpretation of the
god-
pronunciation.
Then how do you know? Like that's what I'm saying.
I'm just saying. Like you
It's all
can name
open
it
for
after
interpretation.
you can name it after someone for the
Like,
name,
okay.
but the sound you could say this is how you pronounce it. It can be
You know what
different
I think? You know what I think about constantly.
because English sucks. So
You know what I think about constantly?
what's up?
How in like thousands of years when people find the United States like in history, they're probably going to pronounce it USA.
Jeez.
Yeah.
I
The
mean,
lost-
Do you
the
guys
lost
have
city-
like the towns, like rural, like local towns that are like named after historic places, but you pronounce them differently?
I don't know.
Like we got Lebanon, Tennessee, Milan, Tennessee. We got a lot of them.
I never really thought about that.
Oh yeah, we have Milan.
No, I don't have a Milan. I don't even know.
We have an USA.
Avenusa.
I'm telling you, dude. People are going to be like, yeah, the lost civilization of USA.
All right, Corey, where are you right now?
I'm in
He's in the
California.
USA.
I'm in USA. I'm in the northwestern section of USA, and we are maybe 45 minutes south of San Francisco. I'm working out here. When we first landed, I got to play the Golden Gate Park disc golf
Oh,
course,
sick.
Ooh.
which I didn't realize until hole 17, but literally the Golden Gate Bridge is like you can see it from the park.
That's
So
sick.
that's cool. That video is probably going to come out next week though, because I have another video dropping tomorrow from North Carolina. As long as it doesn't rain tomorrow, I'm going to be playing another course, and it's got some really nice redwood trees, those big ones, and I don't remember what the course is called, but it looks really cool.
That's sick.
And that's about it. I also bought some Digimon cards because I wanted to.
Yeah, I had to.
Win in Rami.
I still have a highlighter zone in my bag, but now it's the goose.
Ooh.
Hey.
Can you put that in front of your face?
Hold on. About right there.
Solid.
Hey guys, I haven't won anything yet.
Oh man, boom roasted.
So,
Got him.
boom, burned. No, for some reason I know what is in my bag at all times, but then there's something with my eyes where I need to change discs so that the color doesn't I don't know. It's weird. It's really weird. It's weird.
Yeah, that made total sense. Thanks, Corey.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
Great insight and analysis.
Shut your mouth, Tyler. So earlier, I had so many of the Radiant discs that I was like, okay, if there's a white one here, I don't want another white one like this close. So this and this and this.
That's
For
a
one of our
changed.
friends on Spotify or Apple Podcasts, Corey is holding his disc golf bag in front of the camera and pointing at it. You're not missing much else.
No.
Just thought I'd be inclusive here.
Corey's shirt is off.
Okay, if you are not watching the YouTube
Pouring
and
maple
you're on
syrup on himself.
a podcast, here you
Whipped
go.
cream.
There's some sounds for you.
There it is.
Now get over it.
Love it. Hey Taylor, what's going on with disc golf with you?
Yeah, I was talking before we started recording. I'm in my Brody Smith era, so I'm going to be honest. I have played once in the past 2 weeks. I didn't watch anything this weekend. Well, disc golf related for my boys out there. VCT Madrid was on. Zelsis is an animal. The CS2 major was on. Alish sold. But I played 2 days ago.
No idea what you just said, but
Yeah.
keep going.
The people get it.
I'm pretty sure that was also Greek.
Wait, were you talking about like Call of Duty event this weekend?
No, there's a Valorant
Did they
major and then
Oh.
CS2 major
did
this
they
weekend.
fix CS2 or no?
No. But they're
Okay.
playing. They got a tournament. They got a major. North
'Cause
America
my
CS
brother-
still sucks.
My brother-in-law was watching a major. Was it a major this past weekend?
What sport are we talking about?
Esports.
Oh,
Technically,
My
it's still
brother-
going. The FaZe Clan Spirit game today was chef's kiss. Such a good game. It's wild.
Hey, were they Valorant?
CS was today. Valorant
Oh, they were-
ended Sunday.
Don't worry, Corey. I'm still partially lost. All I know is that my brother-in-law was watching it this past weekend, and I was watching it with him because I didn't know what else to do.
what
I know.
game
It's fun.
are
multiple.
they playing?
Multiple games.
Oh, they
multiple.
play multiple games.
Well, it's two different tournaments.
Because I know Valorant is like a game.
Facts.
That's correct.
What is CS?
Counter-Strike.
Counter-Strike 2.
Oh,
Yeah.
I know a lot of people that play that game, but I've never played it, never even seen it. Couldn't tell you what it looks like.
My
Been
pizza's
been
here.
around. Was the biggest esport before Matt was born. Still is.
I used to play CS2, or I used to play CS Source on my old
Yes,
laptop.
man.
My wife.
Corey's got food. Okay, I do have a cautionary tale though. So I played a couple days ago. I didn't have my car. My bag was in my car. So I just
Mhm.
put some discs in another bag and took my girlfriend's car to the course. And that was fun. I just threw a lot of discs that I hadn't thrown in a long time. And I was just kind of vibing around. And 18 here at my local course is like 190 feet downhill, like pure, the best ace run of all time, except there's a creek behind the basket. So I was throwing a bunch of shots and I was laughing to myself. I was saying to myself, I was just throwing, I was like, I'm going to throw these putting putters because they fly good. I was like, you shouldn't do this, but I'm doing it. I'm a bad boy. And then I threw the first one and like it wasn't even close. So I was like, okay, I got to throw the other one now. I got two. And it was so close to the basket and it just went straight back there. And I saw it plop into the creek and I was like, oh, it's fine. Like I can get that. I went back there, couldn't find it for like 5 minutes. I was walking around. I was like, it's literally, I'm 200 feet away when I threw this. Like, where could this thing have gone? And there's just like this little wall of sticks in this creek. And it's like lodged in there. So I'm like, okay, sick. I just got to get this thing out. I got my little long stick to get it out of the other sticks. And I hit it. I'm not kidding you. This thing swam in the water like 10 feet after I hit it. and then there's a large piece of concrete sitting there with just a perfect disc-sized slit, and this thing goes straight underneath it. I was like, this is karma. Like, this is what I get. That thing's gone forever because there's no way I'm getting in this water to try to. There's no telling around here what is under that piece of concrete.
That is awesome.
So that's not a putter you normally would putt with, though, right?
It was actually, I used those for probably like 3 years. When I first switched to Infinite, they're my People and Myths that I putted with for a while. But honestly, I was putting like dog the whole round. So like, honestly, you know, if somebody gets under there, they can find it.
Good riddance. Dang.
Do you have gators?
Yeah.
Dang.
It's definitely too shallow for a gator to be under there, but there's at least 7 snakes under there. I'm calling it.
Ugh, dude. Who is it that doesn't do snakes on this show? Is there anyone on here?
I mean, I'd rather not. It depends on what activity we're doing with the snake. But
I'd rather not do a snake either, dude.
I've had a bunch of snakes.
I can't do spiders, dude. No way.
yeah.
No, me too.
Dude, I mean, a quick story. There was a girl at our church who is like 15 years old, and she gave me this box, and you open the box, and when you open it, like the spider like jumps out, and it's supposed to like hit your hand, and it scared me so bad. I chucked it, and when I chucked it, I hit her right in the neck with this box.
Oh my goodness!
And she's on the ground like choking and wheezing, and I felt so bad about it. But the thing is, like, her older brothers know I don't do spiders because they know me, and they set her up to give me this box and didn't tell her I don't do spiders because she's the sweetest person ever, and she would never do it to me if she knew. So the brothers set her up, but it scared me so bad, dude. I don't do spiders. I felt so bad, dude. I don't mess around. The thing is, I almost lost my leg with a spider bite. I told that story on here, didn't I?
Not that I recall.
Not that I'm trying to think, bro.
I feel like I remember that.
The short story is when I was like 8, I got bit by a brown recluse in Iowa, and then my leg swelled up like a balloon from like the knee down, and we went to the hospital. They gave me antivenom because the brown recluse bite is very conclusive, and you know, pretty much was okay, but like the healing of it was like so bad because when a brown recluse bites you, it like eats away the venom or whatever, eats away at your flesh on the inside of your body. And then it has to heal back, and because it's healing, it's like a scab on the inside of your skin, and you know when a scab is ready to come off, it's really itchy. So my whole skin was itchy for like a whole month on my leg. I literally took a knife and was just scraping my leg, and yeah, I was like 8 when it happened. It was awful. So ever since then, I've been terrified of spiders. Not because I don't want to get bit, but I'm just traumatized. Can't do it, dude.
Because the one time you got bit, you're not Spider-Man now?
Dude, I tried,
That's so unfortunate.
It just didn't happen. Yeah.
Bet you if you get bit again, though, it's different. This time you will be. Man, you just got to try it one more time.
It's the second time's a charm.
Scott said had a teaching in high school, or I bet he said teacher in high school that almost died from a brown recluse. Yeah, it's no joke. Those things, that and like, of course, black widows are like the deadliest like small spiders in America. So yeah, it luckily I didn't see it on me, obviously, or actually I don't know if I said this, but like it bit me in the middle of the night. But of course, like I woke up and the thought of it still being in the house, like I couldn't sleep because I thought it would come back and get me.
They still have to get you.
That's usually what they do.
Yeah. So anyways, when I see any spider that's like significantly like bigger than like a $50 size, I like hyperventilate and I can't go near it. It's the like most girly thing about me. I just can't do it. So
you know what you should do? Is it Legacy that has the recluse?
Oh, the recluse, yeah.
Oh man.
You
Yeah.
should totally bag one of those.
I can't. So this is actually really. This is sad.
It's like Batman being afraid of bats,
dude. It's. I'm not kidding you. Like my daughter has flashcards, and we get to the spider one. I like pick up the card like this, and I'm like, "What's this?" And she's like, "Spider." And I'm like,
It's
okay,
a
we're done with
pussy.
that one. So that quickly just like throw that down on the ground because I can't even do it. So
Oh my gosh.
that is not the most girly thing about you. Thanks. We'll have to figure out what that is. Thanks, Scott. All right.
There's nothing wrong with being early.
Yeah. For me, disc golf wise, I played last Friday at a course, didn't play well, so I don't really need to talk about it. Played by myself. Played Monday some doubles, played really well with like the best player in our group though, and we smashed some people. So nothing much going on. But tomorrow I was saying I'm playing at a course where it's wide open, very, very hilly, but there's gonna be 15-mile-an-hour winds, some 30-mile-an-hour gusts. I'm playing in a tournament there next weekend. And I like the course. It's extremely undulated, so I'm totally hyped. There's like some par threes that are like 500 feet, but you can still birdie it because you're just launching the disc off the hill, and it's not very difficult to get to the basket. So that's about it for me right now. Yeah, Corey.
What does undulated mean? Okay.
Hilly.
Okay. So you could have said hilly. Cool.
Undulated is just a golf term I'm used to talking about. When you talk about hilly greens, you just say they're undulated greens. So
yeah,
sorry.
my league, my golf league is not at undulate top. It's at hilltop. So we just say it's hilly because it's at hilltop.
There you go.
So
yeah, that's it with me. I will say this: my bag. Well, I guess I told you guys, but I didn't tell it to everyone else. My putting went to like hell and back last week and on Monday, and I said my putting is atrocious. So I got it figured out. I am officially putting with, for now, the Birdie Marvel.
Hey,
here
let's go.
here is
2022 putter of the year.
Okay, here's why. The thing that fixed my putting, I had the yank, so I was yanking it right at the basket. No. Yes. Was, I don't know, in my mindset, I got my floaty putters back in my hand, and I just started spinning them at the basket, and it was just going right where I wanted it to. And then I started telling myself, with all the other putters I put in my hands, like, just throw it the exact same way, spin it, and just visualize that it's going to float as much as my glidey putters. And so when I did that, I took my preconceived notion of the Marvel out of my head, and I noticed the Marvel is a lot glidier than what 2301 normally is for other putters, in my opinion. So I like the Marvel for the fact that, and when I spin it, because I like the spin putt a little bit more, it'll hold the line all the way to the basket, and it will want to like finish when it's done spinning, which is really nice from like circle 2. So I think I'm gonna stick with the Marvels for a while, and I think they're gonna be really nice. And yeah, I really like the base plastic that they have it in. It's like tacky, but it's still really stiff. So I really like that. So
the people that manufacture those have some really good putter plastic.
Dude, you are just dancing on the line, aren't you?
Oh, man.
No, I actually also threw a base plastic Marvel in my bag for like a flippier putter because I just watched my buddy. I gave my buddy 2 of the ones I bought, and I just watched him throw like, I watched him just keep throwing marbles that would just slowly drift right their entire flight, and I was like, I don't really have that.
Yeah,
so I threw one in, but it's kind of money.
So the premium putter one that Corey putts with, that one, like I've been playing with that for over a year, and then I took it out of the bag for a little bit and I put it back in the bag. I played with it for over a year now, so it beats in, so I can throw it on like baby hyzer and it pops up and it just rides really, really straight. So
that I putt with?
You putt with a premium, don't you?
Outside the circle, right?
Just from far away.
Oh, okay.
No, I putt with a stiff.
Oh, okay.
And then this is for like if I'm far enough away to where I toss it, the extra stability will like.
Gotcha.
Hey, here's a fun putter flight number trivia question for you guys. You ready?
Yep.
Yeah.
Do you know why the Discmania P2 is listed as a 2301 and the Infinite Disc Alpaca is a 3301?
Because
so they're not the same. That's the only reason.
Oh, really?
So it's actually like a P2?
Yeah, it's just the P2 mold.
Yeah. I was gonna say.
I didn't know that.
but it's legally distinct because the flight numbers are different.
Legally.
Today you learned.
Wow.
I love flight numbers so much.
Yeah, I've honestly, like, I'm not kidding you, Taylor. I am starting to really let go of flight numbers. Like, and I'm definitely like, when I talk to people and they try to tell me about they need to have a 7-speed this and a 9-speed that, I just tell them it's exact same thing. Why do you want a 7 and a 9? And they're like, no, the flight numbers. And I'm like, dude, forget the flight numbers. When you throw them both, do they go the same distance? Because if they do, then it's the same thing. It's just the rim might be a little thinner than the other, and that's the only difference.
Let me tell you guys 2 things real quick. One, I need to put more respect on the Eagle T-Bird style molds of the world, because that is a disc that I've like not thrown historically, and I've been throwing my Exodus more, and that thing is so money. The thing is insanely good.
You don't throw those.
I would say in the past,
straight sevens.
I would say in the past 4 years, I've probably thrown that style of disc less than 10 times.
Really?
Yeah.
In your in the bag, what is your?
What's your straight fairway disc?
Yeah, your straight fairway is what?
9-speed.
And what is that?
You just go straight.
A Grunt is what I'm throwing right now.
Oh, that's
It was
right.
Dynasty before, but that, I mean, the flight is very similar, I would say, but like, I feel like I'm more comfortable. So I switch between a 3-finger power grip on like wide rim stuff and then a 4-finger for like mid ranges. And I'm more comfortable with like a 4-finger power grip on a 7-speed. And I feel like I have more control, I guess. I don't know why. I was just dicing some fairways up with the Exodus. My second takeaway from throwing discs that weren't in my normal bag is those old dudes are onto something when they throw KC Pro Rocks everywhere, because those things are good.
Really? What did you like? What was the most underrated thing you noticed when you threw it?
I felt like I could almost throw it like a putter and it would just fly mid distances, if that makes sense. Like I could throw like, especially the one I have is kind of beat up. It's like a Globe P Blend Inca, which is a KC Pro Rock. And I could just like put it on a line and just know, like never worry that it's going to do something else. Like it's just going to hold that line till it hits.
Is that a 4-speed?
Yeah.
Listed as a 5, but I think historically rocks were listed as a 4 as well.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I have a backup bag in my car, and I'm not gonna lie, I put the rock as my straight mid-range to fill that slot, because I feel the same way, Taylor. Like when I threw the rock, I was like, this thing just like holds the line and stays in the air, and it's really nice. But I'm bagging a Champ J now for my straight mid-range.
Yeah, I'm conflicted. I have a Glow Chariot, which is like one of the first discs I ever like ordered from Infinite. That is like my baby, and that thing is so good. But every time I throw like Raws or another type of Infinite brand of rock, and then Inca's that like actual rock clone, and I throw those, and I'm like, dang, these are real good and girthy.
One thing I've learned is I like 7 speeds more usually for like straight shots, because you don't get as much skip. And I can get those obviously up to speed a lot easier than a 9-speed and hold the speed. So, but since a pipeline is technically an 8-speed, it kind of hits that middle point. But what I've really noticed with the pipeline is that like it doesn't really fade that much unless you put it on a hyzer. And then if you put it on a hyzer, it'll do some fade action.
Yeah, it might be, for me, it might be because my forehand isn't as bad now, but I feel like I could throw really solid forehands with that thing too. Like it would still like hold straight and not want to fade a ton, but also still like had the torque resistance for like my forehand's bad and I roll my wrist a lot and would still kind of cover that a little bit.
You know what I noticed? I tried this experiment because I was trying to tell a guy in our disc golf group that he should throw a C-Line FD1, which the flight number is on that is a 7402, and it's in a very stable plastic. And I said, throw that instead of a Sexton Firebird. And he was like, there's no way I could throw that. Like, I need the 9-speed. I was like, I'm telling you, you're being more consistent with the FD1. I went out there and I was forehanding an FD1, and I've got some good power with the forehand. And then I was throwing actually a Raptor, just the Flex Raptor, and I could push the FD1 just as far or further than the Raptor. Just because of the plastic it is, it's so stable, it can take the torque of the forehand. So I don't know why I was bringing that up exactly, but I I've never been able to forehand a 7-speed, honestly, until I put that C-line plastic in my hand, and then I could forehand it. So yeah, my bag's just a rotating thing right now. So the two main things for me I'm trying to figure out is the putting or the putters, and then my distance drivers. I'm like all over the place with my distance drivers because I noticed with my throws, like I'm getting too much on the hyzer angle, and I want to throw it so I really feel like I'm ripping on the disc. So I'm starting to alter to more of like it feels like an Annie release, but I swear it's just coming out flat, and my body doesn't know that. So now that I'm throwing flat, I'm having a lot of discs drift on me to the right because I've been throwing those on hyzer and flipping them up on flat. So now I'm going through this whole rotation. I'm trying to nail down my distance drivers before my next tournament. But I think I'm just going to be sticking with the DD3s that I've always been sticking with because they're so stable enough they don't burn over on me. But anyways, let's
I
talk
really
some.
like the DD3.
Have you thrown it? Are you being serious?
Yeah, I have a red one. C-line.
Dude. Yeah. I can't get started because yeah, it's good. I won't I'll be on it forever. But I've tried to get away from the DD3. A beat-in DD3 is so good on forehand. It's ridiculous. I can throw that disc, my beat-in one, like close to 400 over 400 feet, and I don't need too much effort on it. So anyways, let's get into some pro disc golf because it sounds like none of us watched it, but we can still give some opinions about what happened. Do we all know who won USWDGC?
Yep.
Taylor, do you know who won?
I do, yeah, I do. Sorry, I'm lost in the sauce.
No, you're good. I just was gonna. It was just gonna be funny if you didn't know. I was hoping you would be like, I don't know. Who
No,
won.
I saw the headlines of disc golf for the week.
So
take it away.
So Missy Gannon, or as they say, Big Money Missy, won her first major this past weekend, and let me just get your first thoughts on that. Anyone have any first thoughts? Surprised? Not surprised?
I'm definitely surprised.
Is this the one that doesn't count?
No,
it counts.
This is the one that counts. You're thinking of Throw Pink.
Yeah.
Throw
Pink's the one that should count.
Yeah.
Throw Pink is the Holland Hanley incident.
Okay.
Throw Pink is at USDGC, but it's not a major. It's just an A tier.
It's just an 8, yeah.
And what was this?
USWDGC.
This is like a major US Open.
Which is not at USDGC.
Yeah.
We do disc golf good. Organization.
Jeez.
It all makes sense.
Taylor, what were you saying? And then I'll comment on that.
No, I don't have a ton. I was just going to say, I feel like I was surprised. I don't know if it was like, obviously, because I didn't watch how we talked about that. I don't know if it was super course dependent or if she just played well that weekend. I just feel like Missy was not playing, not that she was playing bad, but she wasn't like making big splashes, podiums, winning or anything before. Where like I feel like going in challenging, I was thinking like Evelina, right up there. Obviously Owen right up there after having like the tournament of a lifetime. I don't think Missy was in my brain as like a number one contender to Kristin, who I'm sure we'll talk about in a little bit.
Yeah, the biggest thing I saw is that Missy was hitting the fairway, and I listened to her interview on Tour Life, and she said, I just kept it in the fairway. I knew what disc to throw. And you also had to like place your disc in certain areas to give yourself the best angle to attack greens. And which I thought Kristin was going to do really well in that tournament because she usually is a very good course management attacker. But yeah, she had some issues this week.
Yeah, I didn't watch the course. I do have a good friend of mine lives in Austin and has played that course and was telling me about it. It does sound like it's very much if you're not in the fairway, you are screwed kind of course.
Yeah, which for a U.S. Open, I actually really appreciate that.
Yeah,
that's how it should be.
Yeah, make it really, really hard. I mean, that's what it is in golf. Your U.S. Open is like the hardest major to win.
Yeah.
So, Matt, you have anything you want to say or no?
No, same deal. I feel like she always seems to do well near the end of the season. Like she just like sneaks a couple like decent finishes, and then like that's it. at least. And like when I wasn't watching the live stream as much as I was watching PDGA live, and I was just like,
Yeah.
wait, where did this come from? What is like? I sent you guys a message. It was after like round 2 where the scores were just so like bizarre, or maybe it was round 1, but it was just like a bunch of people at +1, a bunch of people at +2, a bunch of people at +4, and it was like skipping weird things. But no, I didn't expect it out of her. I kind of expected one of our more the people we think about more to do that. I didn't really expect Own. Trevor had a very good point about Own on Grip Locked, because he was like, hey, or the preview show, I have to say, he was like, hey, Own likes throwing flex overstable distance drivers in the woods or everywhere, and they're just going to skip a mile every time it hits the ground. But then Missy likes throwing the Thrasher, and isn't the Thrasher like a 13 speed or something?
Yeah,
So,
but she beats them in enough where they probably don't.
Yeah,
They probably don't fade as much. But
yeah, but also you should know this because you quizzed us on the flight numbers of the Thrasher.
Did I put the Thrasher in there?
it's a 12. It's a 12.5 minus 3.2.
Yep. Which means it goes that way if you throw it at Toboggan.
Wait,
And
isn't
goes
the
that
Hades
way.
a 12.5 negative 3.2?
Hades is 12.6.
Ah, sneaky little.
But if it was Latitude 64 disc, it would be a 12.8.
12.7.
12.7. There you go. Yeah, that would be true.
12.7.
Yeah. So big money. She wins. I cannot talk. She wins the big money events. Obviously, like she's won a couple pro tours now. All right, hasn't she?
Yep.
Pro Tour Championships. Big ones.
And then
Tyler, do you think that her having a dedicated caddy plays into high pressure events and her doing well?
Yes, I do. One, it is her husband. But when I was listening to her on Tour Life, she was talking about how when certain players get to a certain number close to her, that's when he's supposed to notify her of, hey, this is where this person's at right now. I don't know what the conversation's like, and this is where I'm with Brody when he talks about having hot mics on the disc golf course. And if people don't know what that means, it means there's mics that are like somebody's carrying a mic with the camera, and it'll pick up more sound so you can hear the caddy conversations. I'm really how do I say
that
this?
pizza looks so good. It
does. Eat that down. Don't eat it on screen. Are you kidding me? I'll come through there and eat that Domino's.
You gonna threaten me with coming?
Oh man.
Domino's coming. I don't know what to say. So anyways, back to the caddies. I'm waiting for the day that people start taking caddying seriously. I know people can't pay caddies, but like, yeah, I don't know. I don't know what it's going to take to get there. I don't think it'll happen for a long time because people feel like they have to pay caddies. But I will say somebody brought up a good idea within Tour Life, I think, where they were saying somebody was saying that that players should offer up their caddying positions for money.
I didn't see that clip, I think.
So instead of you getting a VIP pass for like $100 and following me the whole time, how about you carry my bag for $100 and you pay me so I can make some money? I'm actually think that's a great idea because you can just tell the person, hey, listen, carry my bag, do this, do that, and give them some parameters, and then they pay you. I don't see anything wrong with that, honestly. Because you're there. Because like if you're there to support this person, support them financially then, and just give them your money instead of the pro tour your money. I'm all for it. I don't think there's anything wrong with it. But anyways, back to your original questions. Yes, I think having a caddy that can talk with you through shots helps. Absolutely. So that's my mind on that.
Why don't the manufacturers pay people to be caddies for their top players?
It's not a mindset that people have yet. I don't think disc golfers understand the professionalism of being a professional disc golf or being a professional athlete. I should say that. I know that would hurt a lot of feelings, and obviously people would say you're an idiot and you don't know what you're talking about. I was going to talk about this way later in the episode, which I'll bring up later. But yeah, I don't think pro disc golfers are ready to go to the level that they need to get to be a pro athlete. Does that make sense?
Absolutely.
So I'll talk about it later because I wanted to bring it up after we talked about everything because it's kind of a standing alone topic to me. But Kristin Tattar listed that she had a bunch of injuries. I don't remember what exactly because I didn't spend the time to research what exactly it was, but she got attacked by fire ants on her ankle, and overnight her ankle swelled up huge. So she played her last round with a huge swollen ankle, and she congratulated Missy, but then she also made a lot of excuses about why she didn't play well. So
Yeah.
a lot of people were saying, oh my gosh, is this it for Kristin Tattar? Is she starting to come back down to earth? Well, last year she came over. She won her very first event. Then she lost the next two. And then she went on a run where I don't know if she ever lost ever again. So it's just unfortunate that her third event over here was a major. And, maybe I think she'll be just fine. I bet she'll win states this week and, she'll be good to go. I bet she'll win Northwood Black. And, that's just my really quick assessment. But she did look busted.
I'll tell you right now, as a man that lives in Southeast Alabama, fire ants ain't no joke. And some people have really bad reactions to them. Like my girlfriend, I'm looking at the picture on Instagram now. Her ankle is huge. Like some people just have really, really bad reactions to fire ant bites, which they're not fun in the first place. And they're also all over the place. They're everywhere.
Yeah, I got attacked by some fire ants. I don't remember when and where, but it was in the last year, and it was stung like really, really bad. And then I got attacked by fire ants a couple of years ago, and it wasn't that bad. So like the toxicity of it was in Mexico. I was in Mexico this summer, and I got attacked by fire ants, and it stung like really, really bad, like all day on my calf. And they were telling me that the toxicity level of some of these fire ants can alter in different parts of the country and in other countries. So
they were jalapeno ants.
Habanero. Yeah, I have many a time thrown my disc in a fire ant hill and thought I got all of them off my disc, and the next time I thrown it, caught one like right on the finger when you're trying to throw. It's terrible. It's not fun.
Dude, yeah. So
where am I missing this pic of her ankle?
It's a second picture.
I'll send you a link. Yeah, you got to swipe.
She's with Missy. She's with Missy, and if you slide it over, my gosh,
holy moly,
yeah, thing's crazy.
Now I gotta look.
Hey, other important things. Rebecca Cox popped off round one.
Facts.
For relevance sake,
she's done that before, though.
She's done that before. Let's see here. In round 3, Valerie Mandujano won with a total of 6 down. For reference, Rebecca Cox could have played round 1 and then parred the rest of the course and tied for 3rd place. So she played -6 round 1, and then +3, +5, +5, and just
tough.
Which I think that happened to a lot. Like even Kristin kind of had ups and downs here. But it was interesting. Like Missy Gannon's first round, she was 7 down. But then I don't know if the conditions were just crazy the last couple days. But
I mean, Sayananda was 3 down the first day too.
Yeah. So just interesting. She could have she finished very far down the leaderboards.
My take is the Kristin simping has gone too far, in my opinion. Yeah. Look, I don't even know if it's from this tournament. Did you guys see this Facebook post of Kristin, like the foot fault thing, the picture of her like foot faulting? And I saw a Facebook post. Yeah, it's like there's a picture still image of her jump putting. It's like a very obvious foot fault. I'm telling you, you post that picture of any other disc golfer on the planet, they are getting roasted in the comments immediately. ban jump putts. They're cheating. Why do we allow this? You post one of Kristin, and everybody's like, she didn't mean to. It's a stupid part of the game. It doesn't matter because you weren't there. Like, it's wild, man. Which that's my take anyway. Like, it's between the 3 players on the card and the person, if they want to call it. But any other player in disc golf gets absolutely flamed on that picture. But it's Kristin, so nobody cares.
It's because she's such a good ambassador. She's such a good ambassador of the sport. They don't want to knock her down.
Yeah.
I
I
mean,
saw a
she
really
shouldn't
bad
cheat
football
then.
the other day, and I screenshotted it, but then I didn't do anything about it. But it was horrendous. I'll send it in the group chat. It was horrendous.
yeah, we need to see this.
Gannon, like
unless-
3 or 4 years ago, used to be so bad about step putts and foot faulting. It was terrible.
Oh no, this was just a normal throw.
Oh, really?
And unless I'm just not seeing their mini, it's off by like feet. So I don't know.
Yeah. So this is just a quick question. When you throw, do you try to get as close as you can to your mini or your disc, or do you leave like quite a significant amount of gap between the disc and your foot when you try to throw?
So me personally, I try and get as close as possible, but I think less of if you're farther back than if you're off the sides, which is what I'm talking about. This person threw, and like their disc was like 3 feet over here, and they threw from over here, and I can't tell if there's a mini marker or if they were just that far off.
Right.
But either way, it was bad. If you're throwing from behind your lie, I can see why, like, I don't care, because like if you're 1 foot, 2 foot, 3 foot, red foot, blue foot, doesn't really matter.
Yeah. I try to like step way before my disc, so no, I don't ever have to have an issue of someone saying that I got on the disc or I was too far left or too far right.
Whatever.
Except when you're up against a tree, and people could say that you're trying to cheat because you're too close to a tree. That's the only time. But I've seen people like step on their disc and fall, and I'm like, dude, my guy, you get like this much distance behind the disc. Like, you don't need to step so close to your disc.
Yeah,
and like we're playing for like amateur plastic, so like in a tournament, so I'm not gonna call you on it.
Yeah, dude, I used to throw to where I would try and put my foot directly behind the disc, but then as I improved, I would and I was actually like having a good kind of setup, I would get too close to the disc too quick, like I didn't give myself enough space, and I would get half of my reach back and then pull through and just yank it nose up every single time. Like, it was awful. So now I'm like, I'll take my whole foot back that I have. I'm going to take all the space I can. But
just to bring up a couple notable names about where people had fallen in the placings. We had Ella Hansen lose by 12. We had Holland Hanley lose by 14. Henna Blomroos lost by 15. Leke has been playing well. She finished 21st. She finished 23 shots back. But Paige Pierce shot 17 over in 28th. So Katrina Allen, 18th, down in 32nd. So even Haley King was down there too. So quite interesting how these players that we see as good players finished really, really low. And if you said, hey, come up with the 5 straightest throwers on tour for the females, I would say probably Missy, Val, and you could say maybe angle control artist is what it really should be. So I would say Missy, Val, Sayananda, but those would be like my people I would think of. Oh, you could say Kristin, right? And sure enough, when you look at the leaderboard, like they're up there.
Yeah.
Sai is in 14th, but she played really well the first round. So like people who got good angle control for throwing in the fairway, they played well. If you didn't, you must have played bad. So yeah, sorry, we can't. I mean, I don't know if too many people who watch us really care about FPO that much, but no offense.
I don't know anybody that watches us.
Watches us, yeah.
I know
Scott.
Scott.
what's
Hey, let me
up?
Hey,
ask.
Scott.
Let me forward a question that Hunter and Trevor also brought up. So they were having this debate on whether USWDGC should or shouldn't be a major, and Trevor said that they should no longer make it a major, which I think is the general consensus, and make Throw Pink a major. If they don't make Throw Pink, or if they do make Throw Pink a major, and this isn't, how many FPO players are coming anyways?
What do you mean?
So I'm
Like
saying
if this event existed and wasn't a major, how would
event
This event was an
exists,
A tier?
but it was an
Yeah.
A tier.
Oh, they're not going to come because it's an A tier.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I feel like that's a dumb question. No offense to Trevor.
I feel like
Because-
there's the,
No,
the piece
Trevor-
of it
Trevor
where
was
it's
on
like
your side.
the women's event. And there's like the camaraderie there, but honestly, I think there should just be 5 FPO majors.
Yeah. So to be clear, Trevor was on Tyler's side, and he said, "Dude, you never get another weekend off in the middle of the season. Pretty much, no FPO players coming. You know." And Hunter said, "Well, if you made the incentive really good, maybe you could make that happen."
Like, is it just because we don't want to alter the course at Winthrop Golds is why we don't have a women's? Wait, they still have Throw Pink, so that makes no sense. Like, why isn't that the women's major? I don't understand.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. I think the idea is they're just trying to like make this huge women's event across multiple courses and a million divisions, which is really cool. But
Yeah, actually,
don't know.
I will admit that. I was listening to a bunch of people talk about how they have a bunch of like amateurs there, the female amateurs, and a bunch of other people that are like, in the 40s and plus
They've
divisions.
got like every division ever. Yeah.
And then it felt like there was a ton of people there because they got those people out and about and finishing the round. By the time the pros went out, they would go and watch the pros. So I will say, for growing the female sport, I think they are doing it the right way in that mindset. I would agree with that. Like if my daughter was going to play at like a US amateur event, like it would be really cool for her to go watch the pros like right after she plays her round. So I'm actually think what they're doing is a good idea in that mindset. But I do think that Throw Pink is such a weird situation. Like that should be a major. So
Yep.
it's a shame in my opinion that they don't. So so just a couple questions. We've kind of already hit a couple, but after all the things we've seen so far, is Kristin still the outright person or outright player to win the Champions Cup coming up in a month?
Yep.
Yeah, I gotta
Yep.
say, yep.
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 And if you had to give a percentage of chance to win that event, what would you give her?
I'd give her like 89 fire.
83%.
Yeah,
Wow.
I was also in the 80s.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I was going to say like 65% chance.
Interesting. So
I just think it's
who's-
4 rounds at a very hard course, and
Yeah.
with just the skill gap that Kristin has on the field.
But what if Missy does what she did this week? Like, I don't know. I hear you. I mean, I'm just being devil's
Can
advocate.
she do
at
it for
this
4
point.
rounds?
She did it this.
He did it
this
for 4
round-
rounds.
This round for
Oh,
4
this
rounds.
was 4 rounds?
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
she managed.
Everyone was like, I mean, and she only really compared to everyone else. The only like bad round she had was her last round, which was +2. Round
Okay,
2 was
well-
-1, but compared to everyone else.
What
She's
about if Kristin didn't get attacked by wild animals?
Well,
That was
Kristin
just-
only got attacked for the last round, and the last round wasn't even her worst. Her worst was round 2. She was +3 in round 2. She was +1 in round 4. So after being attacked by
Okay.
wild animals, she played a +1 round.
She says she's got some back soreness and something else, and
Yeah, my
Yeah, she
back
mentioned
would hurt
personal issues
sitting
winning
in
it
a
now.
Porsche too.
Got some.
Yeah.
She got
Here's
stuff
my,
going
like-
on, guys.
Yeah, she does have a lot of stuff going on. She just here's my only thing I'll say is like
Sponsorships.
sponsorships and the like. I feel like for the first like 2 or 3 events of the year, we give a lot of FPO and MPO. We give everyone, we're like, it's first couple of events. We don't know what's gonna happen, But these are Kristin's like first couple events, because she had a delayed start to her season. So I don't know how many events she's been in this year, as far as that goes. This is her 3rd event So she won Waco. Wait, what is going on?
She
here?
came in second to own.
She
and
came in
she
second to own, and
lost this one.
she came in 6th here. So
She did the same thing last year, except the third event she played in wasn't a major, though. That's the only difference.
Yeah, that is tough because she could have done
the streak is dead.
Yeah.
I mean, getting 5 for 5 would have been nasty, in my opinion.
Definitely.
Yeah, that would have been insane.
But
I feel like it helps her though. She's got that off her back. She's not thinking about the streak anymore. She's going out there.
Yeah, but
now.
going 8 for 8, going for 8 for 8 would have been insane.
Yeah, but I would say, what is your one surprise from FPO so far this year?
I gotta say it. That Paige is this bad still. Yep. I thought she'd be better by now.
Yep.
As a, I don't want to say I'll say it as a known Paige hater, which I don't really think I am, but I just don't have that much opinion on Paige. I also expected her to be better after coming off that. I actually expected her to help her because maybe she would have learned a different style of shot to not go as OB as many times, or been more conscious of those things. But
come on, guys, we gotta give her time, man.
We've been trying to get Paige to stop going OB for 15 years, bro.
But maybe it was different this time, man.
This year's the year, man.
Yeah.
Where did she even finish at again? We said it was low. Yeah. Plus 17. Oof.
Scott says, what's more important, disc golf or festivals?
And it is a tough in between there.
You know what it is, though, is people always talk about or try to say, like, when guys get married, like, their game goes down. But it's actually the opposite, psychologically and chemically. When a guy gets married, their games get elevated in pro sports. It's scientific. It's when they have kids is when they start to go back down, actually, because they lose testosterone. They naturally lose testosterone when they have kids. It's like a chemical thing between you and your wife. And so I wonder, the reason why I'm saying this, maybe she's getting the opposite effect with her wife. Maybe she got married and her wife is screwing her up, actually, mentally. I don't know.
Who knows, man?
I'm just saying, is it the opposite?
She's got to go back to Hawaii, man. She's got to go get locked in Hawaii.
Yeah.
I don't know. Corey, you have anything you want to say about your biggest surprise?
Corey, how was your pizza?
I'm just surprised we haven't seen Helga yet.
We're waiting.
She's rowing over still.
She's still rowing.
We don't need her. She's like, oh, you know what? Kristin lost 2 events and a major. I'm not
headed back.
Over.
She's turning the boat around.
Not worth it.
Back to training.
To get fuel.
Yeah.
I think. Go ahead, Tyler.
I was just gonna say, I think I have a couple, but my person that I'm surprised about is Haley King. I thought she would get her game figured out by now.
Yeah.
She's just not, and I don't know if it's health. I don't know what it is, but like, it makes me so mad when I watch all these disc golfers showing them working on their game in the off season, and they get to the season they're bad. It's like, it's not your game that's bad; it's your head that's bad. No offense. It's like, what are you doing?
I tell myself the same thing.
It shows, man. The 6 inches between the ears, dude. It's real. So yeah, I don't know. I wish Haley King would put somebody on her bag who can help her with the mental game. I wish a lot of FPO players would do that.
Yeah, but I think, especially with her, if someone was on her bag telling her what to do, she would just get pissed. Like, she just seems like the kind of person that would be like, well, no, you don't know what you're talking about. And
we're assuming it's someone she respects enough that she said, will you come tell me what to do?
Not even just tell, but it's you can be a buffer for me.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I feel like it's definitely helpful. I think I go into that mind with the mindset of just like tee shots are like obvious things, but I think the help is also immense too. If like you're just off the fairway and thinking about like, oh, I could do this, or I could do this, or, I've had times when I'm like playing casual rounds and I'll have somebody come and be like, oh, did you think about like that gap over there? Throwing something like, no, I would have never thought of that. I think just different people look at the game differently, and to Matt's point, like you get locked into a shot for like a set amount of time and you just don't think about throwing something else.
Yeah.
I'm going to try to do a segue here if I can. Did you guys watch the practice round that Drew had with Katrina Allen?
I've watched a bit of it, but I haven't finished the whole thing. No.
Okay. I'm going to make I don't know if I need to do a public apology or not, but I will say I have mad respect. I mean, I put this in our group chat, but I have mad respect.
Hold on. You think Katrina Allen cared about your opinion
No.
enough for you to need to give a public apology?
To
Yes, no.
DGA, not to Katrina, to DGA.
Yeah.
It's more like just admitting I didn't know what my opinion was of her. With the whole thing that happened with Jessica Weiss and other things I've heard and when I've seen her at 2 pro disc golf events, and she just looks like she has a face that just says like F off, don't talk to me. And anyways, she had a lot of great things to say that I personally line up to when it comes to competing. One of the things that hit me the most was she said, when I'm on the disc golf course, like I'm not there to entertain you. So if you understand that I like to be focused and I'm this certain way, like don't try to talk to me like we're just out here to like just mess around and be buddy buddy. Like we can talk and like during our walks and stuff like that, but when we get to like where we need to be, like I'm in the zone. And when I heard her say that, I was like, we need more of that in disc golf, in my opinion. That's the way I like to play if I'm playing in a tournament, right? Because I'm there, and I feel like the last couple tournaments I've played in, I play with some guys that are like a little bit more goofy, and we're like, I'm not playing well, so I'm just gonna be goofy, and like I feel like I'm trying to focus on my game, and I'm a people person, so I want to talk with them, but it's just thrown me off personally. But she had some other great things to talk about with her game and trying to get better. And so I have a lot of respect for what she believes and what she's doing with her disc golf game. So
what about people that are goofy and just really good at disc golf?
We don't like those people.
Okay.
I would say, like, here's the thing. Like, if we're going out and we're playing a fun round or anything like that, dude, I don't care one bit. I like Raz rounds personally. Like, I like talking trash and going back and forth. I love that. But when it comes down to tournament time, like, I'm trying to get the competitive juices flowing, or I wouldn't have played in a tournament. And I'll just go play with my buddies on the weekend. So, like, I'm investing my time to, like, just be competitive because that's what I enjoy. And sometimes I feel like we can get too, like, I don't know what I would say, goofy, I guess.
I guess my question is, why can't you have both? This is nothing to do with Katrina Allen or anything. I'm just saying, like, why can't you do the whole messing around, trash talking until you get to your shot and then you focus up and you go back to it? Because that's usually what I do, even in tournaments.
Yeah.
I'm trying to lighten the mood because 9 times out of 10, there's one person on the card that is just playing horrendously. And no, just bad shot
right.
after bad shot. And they're just like in their own head. So if everyone's trying to lighten the mood, it might get them out of the funk.
Now, I mean, I'll admit, like, when I'm playing, like, I like to talk when we're walking to, like, different things, and I like getting to know people, so I'll talk with people. But for me, like, there's, like, a level of, like, this is gonna sound so stupid. There's a level of goofiness I don't want to cross too much of, or jokingness, because I want to stay locked into what I'm doing. And so I found I play my best golf when I'm just monotoned and focused on what I'm doing personally. So,
well, I mean, I think it comes down to, like, there's a difference in a casual round and a C tier, and there's a difference in a C tier and a pro tour where you can break down this throw contributed $4 to the amount of money that I'm making, and this is my career, right? Like,
yeah, I mean, that's the other thing is I don't take
just be better.
Yeah.
Could do that.
I mean, I also don't take it like too seriously, but like I get what she was saying, because I think she looks at like the FPO and I think she finds that some of it is too buddy for her. Like she says in the practice round, like, I'm okay with everyone, but when it comes down to like competing, like I am just focused solely on me. Like, don't come into my zone, essentially. and I respect that. Like, I get that. So I think she has a certain opinion, is what it sounds like, of the way FPO is, because FPO is everybody's buddy, and they're just, it's like a big hangout and whatever. So I don't know. She had some other things that she talked about in the video with Drew that I thought were really good, and I have just a ton of respect for what she competes. And she's also 22 weeks pregnant and playing disc golf still, which is wild.
Yeah, that actually is crazy.
Okay, let me tell you right now, my wife is 26 weeks pregnant. A month ago, there's no way she was playing disc golf. Not even like after the first trimester is she playing disc golf. And Katrina Allen is out there making her body into a washing machine for that baby in her stomach when she's throwing, dude. That baby is going in circles, and that's in her, I swear, when she's throwing. Can you imagine the dude's just chilling, and like she's reaching back and ripping, and he's like, whoa, 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 getting whiplash inside, man.
Or guys getting whiplash in there.
Free
For
trip to
real,
Six
dude.
Flags, bro.
Wow.
Should that be her next DGA Pro model?
The whiplash.
Yes. Kind of
Yeah.
fits in. Whirlpool.
Feel sorry for that little guy.
Whirlpool.
Yeah. Yeah. My last thing that I wanted to bring up about FPO is just, I don't know why I said it like that. Sorry. I was gonna say is and do, and it came out diz.
Came out just.
Do we want to talk about the whole Nico Castro thing with selling his disc, Taylor?
Why was it directed to me? Like I made memes about it.
We can say no and we can move on. Like I totally don't care.
No, I mean I have my opinion and I can share my opinion. I'll state that this is solely my opinion.
We're holding a gun to Taylor's head and we're forcing him to.
No, I'll just say, honestly, I have no issue with like what Nico's doing. I think what got me is like the guise of I'm growing women's disc golf with this. Like you're pandering to a group of people that get emotional when they see the word transgender and are trying to sell discs based on it. And it's doing nothing to help women's disc golf. That's my opinion.
So
Off topic, where are we getting pizza in North Carolina?
Somewhere good, bro.
They got to have some good spots.
they gotta have some
Dude,
local spots.
let me get some
for sure.
wood-fired pizza, please. Actually, please, I'm begging.
It's so good.
I was telling Corey before the stream, talking about the stuff we have around here. It's fire.
Yeah, we don't have like a solid pizza place that I can think of outside of just chains.
That actually is depressing.
See, okay, this is what I was telling Tyler. The majority of the chains that you guys are always trash talking are the local pizza places to me, because the majority of the chains started around me, which is coincidence? I think not.
We got to feed Corey something, bro.
I'm more into like the New York style pizza, man. That's just my thing. So that's why I buy local, because they do more.
You go to downtown Ann Arbor, get 2 cheese and a pop, $5.
Still $5?
It's not still $5, but
what's
I
a pop?
say about it all the time. It's a hole in the wall. I can't remember what it's called. It might be like basement pizza or something like that. But me and my buddy Robbie used to go there literally every week, because it was like right around the block from a skate shop. So we'd go to the skate shop, hang out, go to the pizza place, 2 cheese and a pop, $5. And it was like New York style, just like,
yeah. I mean, what else you
grab
do?
a slice and go. Oh my god, it's not $5 anymore. I don't even know if it exists anymore.
It was 2 slices of cheese and a soda.
Yeah, the pop was $1, and it was like a decent size, like foam styrofoam cup. And then
oh, not even like a can.
$2 a slice.
This is a deal right
no,
there.
No, it wasn't a can. It was like fountain pop.
Wow. Dude, you're out there robbing these people. That's a deal.
No, they put it out there. We said, really?
I know.
Yeah. 2 cheese and a pop.
I've been doing that every day. That's cash money.
I don't live that close to Ann Arbor.
So Taylor, I just have one thing to say about what you said. So if he just said, hey, what I'd like to do is I'd like to sell my disc, and part of my proceeds are going to go to paying the person that missed last cash because of any transgender players that prevented them from getting last cash. Would you be okay with that?
Yeah, that's fine.
Right. The thing that bothers you is the part where he said, because he wants to help grow women's disc golf.
I think that piece is, and it could just be me being a rooster, I think that piece is misleading. Because in my opinion, the problems with women's disc golf for the FPO are systemically much larger than transgender participation. I'll give you an over under. What over under 10% population of the PDGA membership that is female?
Under. Has to be under.
Yeah. So if you're growing women's disc golf, you're giving the money to Edge. You're giving money you play. You're growing the sport. I like I said, if the post did not contain that piece of text, that's fine. I mean, I don't like, it's his money, do what you want to. I feel like it still is. I don't love that he's like trying to sell frisbees based on, again, like I think an emotional reaction to just people that dislike other people. But I mean, that's fine. It's his company, do what you want to with it.
Yeah. Sorry. I think I'm stumbling over my words like right. I do think I'm in partially agrees with Taylor, partially not, but like I do agree there's probably bigger issues, and I also probably agree. I think if he does this, in my head, it's better if he does this and then just silently does it for the rest of the season. Right. In my head, it's not quite as good as if every single week he's just like, hey, remember, we're doing this. And if you buy one of these, you're paying this person, like in that. So like Connor mentioned it, and I keep bringing up what the boys are saying over on Grip Block. But
yeah,
Connor's
you really like their podcast, don't you?
Yeah. Well, I had a lot of car rides this last 2 weeks, so I listened to a lot of stuff. But he was like, hey, if that's something you agree with, he didn't go as far as I'm about to say, but if that's something you don't agree with, like that is a rather peaceful way to do that, But I think if it's something that maybe you do, maybe you don't agree with, but maybe will make you a lot of money with the people who do agree with it, I just don't know how much of it is a publicity stunt, how much of it is Nico's 100% like that is in his head.
Yeah, like that's the piece that icks me the most, is just like, I just feel like it's a reach. I feel like it's a marketing stunt to an extent. Like, and I'm not even saying that against Nico. Like, I'm a guy that was like trying to buy discs from Nico in 2012. Like, I'm not super against Nico or anything he's about. And he could genuinely have like the best of intentions with this. Like, I'm not trying to say anything negative about Nico in that sense. I just think that, one, if you're trying to grow the women's side of the game, there's much better ways to do it than this. And also,
anabolic steroids.
It's one way. This kind of just feels like smash and grab, like I'm going to profit on people that are highly emotional about this issue. Because I guarantee you there's people that would have never brought a sacred disc seed that are buying one because of this. Also, 90% of the reason I made the meme on Twitter is because I really wanted to make a joke of the disc called seed and you're throwing it and spreading your seed on the course. I loved that one.
Yeah, that's pretty much it right there.
Oh, jeez.
In a nutshell. You see what I did there?
So what else do you want to talk about?
Yeah, Corey's like, we're done with this. Can we move on, please?
I don't care. I'm so... Oh.
That's fine. All right.
I want a Nexus already.
They're good.
All right, so I forgot to talk about that in the beginning. So I have a Nexus, and I want to talk about my experience with it.
I don't care about your experience. I want.
Corey, what's his experience? I'm actually genuinely
it's on the way.
curious
It's on the way.
Of your experience.
So it's weird because when you throw it, you're like, oh, shoot, this is a glitch. But then you're like, oh, wait, no, it's not a glitch. It's actually exactly what you said it is, which is so weird because
it's so strangely true.
Because when you told us it's a mix of a glitch and a berg, I was like, bro, what are you talking about? Like, you can't have both. It is a mix of a glitch and a berg. It's the
Can
weirdest
you
thing.
describe that? Because I have no clue what you mean.
It's so hard to like
So
detail what that means.
when it comes out of your hands, it starts off like a glitch and it ends like a berg. Like it hits the brakes.
I'm not a berg thrower. So
Oh
So
my
a
gosh,
berg,
Corey,
like,
get cultured, dude.
what-
You're making me
basically
mad.
wow.
in the
Dude, I'm
last
getting more
like
pizza.
in the last like 10 to 15% of the flight, it just kind of falls. Like it doesn't
Yeah.
really fade. It doesn't. It just falls out of the sky, flat on the ground.
I'll give you an example. Did you ever play
Learn how to speak English before you yell at me, okay?
did you ever play Super Monkey Ball 2?
That was
What
the
is
example. What?
What is this poll?
The answer is yes. I have played that game.
Corey, have you played Super Monkey Ball
To be
2?
clear, yes.
Maybe.
It's these monkeys that are inside a ball, and they can, when they fly, they pop the balls out and they use that as wings. There's a game on there where you try to land on a target when you close up the ball, and if you get the magnet like special like power, when you close your ball, you go straight down and you stop. And so I was gonna say it's the same thing. It's glidey, but then when it's done, it just goes straight down.
Well,
And
it
it-
sounds like something that's going to be in my bag because
Yeah.
I need that.
So, anyways, for some reason, I cannot throw this disc flat at all. Like every time I throw it, it comes out hyzer, and I don't know why. So I started to throw it more on an anhyzer, and it does fight out of an anhyzer. So I haven't figured it out yet. I've only thrown it for about maybe within an hour span, but it is a very, very unique flight. Obviously, it's staying in the bag, but it's. I told you guys also I almost threw in with it from like 150 feet away too. It's very like if you wanted a disc to point, shoot, and glide, but you wanted it to be a control glide so it wouldn't glide on you too much. Like if you're throwing it down a hill, it would be perfect because it's going to hold that hill line the whole way down, but it's not going to overshoot the basket and keep going because of the glidiness.
Yeah, I think it's super unique. I think it's
It is.
really good as an upshot disc, just for what you said. Like, especially since you don't have to. I feel like as the zone has risen in popularity, the classic upshot is now just like throw something super stable on hyzer and just like make it that way. I have always been more of, I don't know if it's because I started in Ultimate Frisbee, more of like a spinny, like just throw something at a basket and just have like almost like you're playing catch with it. And it is perfect for that because you can give it a good amount of spin and pop and it won't go too far. I think the other use case that I like it a lot for is like shorter par threes where I'm more comfortable hitting a gap or like hitting a line if I'm throwing something pretty hard. So it's really good to just like throw hard and it won't flip or like dump too much. It just kind of goes straight and then falls.
Yeah, it's unique, very gummy, and my wife loves it. So
Hear that all the
she
time.
So I'm excited for her to get out and throw it because I think it'll be one of her favorite discs to throw. So we'll see. All right, moving on to Texas States. We got Texas State's coming up this week where Ricky is trying to go for his 7th Texas State win, not in a row because Calvin ruined that last year. But before we get into like trying to make some predictions for Texas State's and all that jazz, I thought we'd do like a little bit of a recap of where we are in the season so far. So we made our top 10 through 3 weeks of the season. Matt has yet to get together a top 10 so far, so we don't have that.
I forgot, fellas. My bad.
So Taylor and
Your
I's
life,
list.
not ours.
That's right.
Taylor and
I's
Tyler's
list
are the same anyway.
Yeah, we were pretty similar. Corey's was a little different, but we still had like the top 3 guys up there anyways. Except Corey had Niklas further down than most.
Wild card, baby.
That's right. So let me ask you this question. What has been your biggest surprise in MPO so far to this year? And I will say this. You cannot talk about Paul.
MPO, like just tournament wise?
Just what's your biggest surprise in MPO so far? for the first
Scott
three.
Stokely made a disc golf brand.
That is pretty surprising. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Such a weird thing.
It's so easy to do these days, I feel like.
I have one. I think that it's that you could genuinely say right now that the top 3 players in the sport are all sponsored by the same company, which is very rare. And I feel like coming into the season, Discmania got a lot of shade for letting Eagle go and letting Simon go, and the Crush Boys are gone, and it's doom and gloom. And they've got arguably the 3 best players in the sport all throwing their plastic right now.
Yeah.
So
They're good. Discmania is good.
Yeah. But then again, Nicholas did go to a prodigy putting course.
We thought
so
he had us in the first half.
yeah.
He did actually.
I thought we were onto something. That was great.
We were cooking.
Thought I
We
had
were
the
cooking
insider
for just a
info,
little
man.
bit.
We were all excited.
The only thing I'll say is like that I can really think of is just it's surprising how few guys who have been around for a while or have been in these top 3s, you know. With the except, I mean, there's a couple guys that have been around for a while, like AB's been around for a while, but AB's, you know, super young. Like we just haven't seen a lot of these people, like, which makes me not want to take Ricky's chances this weekend as seriously, unless I'm totally missing someone that I didn't think about. That's the crazy part about it in my head.
I feel like Joey Anderson's the other side of that coin of just popping off.
Yeah, I would say he would be someone that I'm really shocked about. So I'm just pulling up the world rankings so far, the new official world rankings, and Kyle Klein has jumped up 3 spots into 5th. So the top 5 is Calvin, Eagle, Ricky, Gannon, and Kyle.
See what I don't get this, man.
It's over the last 2 years of data.
Why?
So it's just what they want to use. They want to say, how consistent have you been over the last 2 years? I mean, this is a pretty good list.
If someone dies, I don't want to see them in the top 5. Okay.
Why don't you want to see them in the top 5?
You don't want to pay
You're
respects
saying if someone
to
literally injures themselves to the point where they can't compete, you're still going to see them on the leaderboard for the next 2 years.
Stem cells are crazy,
that makes
man.
no sense.
Yeah, I
Makes
mean,
no sense.
Yeah, I would say, but it's calculated in the last 2 years. Last year, Eagle was out for a lot. So eventually all that's going to drop. And when we move into next year, he's going to have a significantly less amount of tournaments to give him points for this ranking. So I think next year he'll be really hurting for a world ranking. That would be in my opinion. But yeah, I mean, I liked the one that Statmando had. I don't know if Statmando still updates their rankings now that they have this official one. Oh yeah, it is updated. So in their top 5, he's got Gannon 1, Calvin 2, Ricky 3, Isaac 4, and Kyle Klein 5.
That makes so much sense.
And Eagles down in 8th.
Yeah.
But Nicholas is 9th.
I would say I feel like
Simon
Nicholas being
7th.
behind Eagle and Simon.
Wait, I'm
is
so
kinda-
confused. What has Eagle done this year?
Nothing. He's been hurt.
He switched teams.
Yeah.
Kendometrics.
Oh, he's actually sick of those. Okay.
I actually think the Statmando World Rankings is my favorite one.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I will say, looking at it, Gannon and Calvin, obvious points wise, are 1 and 2, and then it drops off with 400 points between Calvin and Ricky, which I would agree with. Isaac at 4 is shocking to me, but I guess they really weight worlds and majors. Because Kyle Klein should be higher than Isaac, and Isaac should be low. AB is 6, which, I like what they have here. They have Gossage. So their top 10 is this: Gannon, Calvin, Ricky, Isaac, Kyle Klein. Then you have AB, Simon, Eagle, Nicholas, and Matteo. Pretty good top 10. But
now, what was my top 10? It'd be so funny if it was literally
This is
that.
bar for bar.
That would
It's
be
the
Because
same
funny.
thing.
you said you put Niklas so low, but they did too.
Yeah, but I was just basing mine off of the first 3 events. It wasn't even doing like names. So Corey, you have Calvin, Gannon, Chris Dickerson, Simon, Isaac, James Proctor. No, I'm sorry.
Okay.
This
then
is
I'm way off.
preseason. Sorry.
Oh,
Hold on.
My bad. All right, so this is what you actually have. Gannon, Kyle Klein, AB, Gossage, Calvin, Corey Ellis, Niklas, Isaac, Chris Dickerson, Colbert Allen.
okay.
So you do have some guys up there that are still like the biggest surprise, I would say, in my opinion, is Goose at 4. But you do you, boo boo.
Support your man.
Well,
I know.
yeah,
Hey, I
dude.
will say at least all those guys are in the top 15 in the world. So
True.
you can't go wrong with your opinion because it's your opinion. So
Yep.
So anyways, yeah, I'm just looking at the rankings here. So the world rankings, the biggest ones is Kyle Klein jumped up 3 spots. He's gonna keep climbing. And like Colbert Allen's in 16th in the official world rankings. Anthony Brella is not even in the top 10.
Cap.
So anyways,
It's cap.
yeah. I mean, there's a lot of
Yeah,
interesting.
whatever that means.
Stop the cap, Corey.
Sorry, blue cap, not red cap, blue cap. So, anyways, okay, another question here.
He didn't like that one. He didn't like that one.
Oh,
I
you
have
didn't?
no clue what you're talking about.
Let's keep it
Man,
that
it's-
way.
It's all cap, man.
All right. So
Corey,
last
stop
question.
capping.
Tell me how.
We're 1 month away from the first major of the year, and we've had 3 different winners to start the season. And Calvin has not finished in the top 5 in any one event so far this year, I believe. Oh no, he finished 3rd.
So he came back, yeah.
Yeah, he finished 3rd at the last event. Yeah. Actually, and he finished. Oh, he only played in 2 events. Anyways, who is your favorite right now to win Champions Cup at Northwood Blacks in 1 month?
Isaac.
I'm gonna agree with Corey, even though Isaac has kind of done terribly. I think he's just a really good words player, but I think Calvin could also do something there. So I can't really say.
Or
But-
C. Dickey.
Yeah, I like Christian Dickerson.
Yep.
But my official answer is going to be Cole Redolin.
Ooh.
I think I'm going Colbert Allen as well because I think that's what I predicted in the beginning of the year season. So I want to stick to that. But my gut is saying Calvin. But I'm gonna stick to Cole. I think is my guy. Oh, I didn't even share my biggest surprise from MPO this year.
What's this guy do?
I know. Did anyone else have any other surprises? We're so stuck on the world ranking there for a minute.
I mean, it's less of a player, but I just still genuinely liked chess.com and starting in Florida.
Yeah, that was a good start.
Yeah.
I think
Not
that was
like,
I
really
think we
good.
maybe it's
should-
not super
we
surprising, but
should
just
start
without
in
the
Cuba.
expectations.
Cuba.
That could be sick. Not in Mexico where they got
Even
those fire
farther
rates,
down
though.
there, and then you have to
They'll get
swim
you.
your way to chess.com.
Or just get a
Olga's
rowboat.
got farther to go.
That's true. My biggest surprise is my biggest surprise what's sad is like mine was the same as Taylor's. Like those 3 guys all popping off have played really well. Honestly, it shouldn't be a surprise, but it is to me. AB won the very first event of the year. That would be my biggest surprise this year. He got the monkey off the back right off the bat, and I didn't have a lot of faith in him, and AB showed it. So he's played okay. I don't know what he's done the last couple events, but
Still chilling.
Yeah, I wish I could see exactly, but I can't see the date. So, anyways, AB is the biggest surprise for me so far. I want to see Chris Dickerson play better. That would be really cool. I'd like to see Gossage win. That would be really cool. And Kevin Jones, if by chance you ever get this message, please play better.
Man.
We want you to play better. We're rooting for you, buddy.
Okay, off the script, if you could pick any person to win, not a major, but just like a pro tour this year, just like some random Texas State, just some random event that's not the biggest deal, but get their first win. Who do you is your most? Who would you desire the most to get their first win this year?
I had a name until you said first win. So we're talking about somebody who's
first. We'll say win this year.
Oh, Kevin Jones. I so badly want Kevin to win. He's been given dirty over the last couple years.
Sometimes I forget how big of a Kevin Jones enthusiast you are.
I love Kevin Jones.
This guy's gonna win this weekend.
Really?
Bro,
He's doing Texas State's
crack.
Dude's got game, dude, and you need a long throw.
Texas State's. He's got a long throw.
He's got to get that putt going, man.
Speaking of geese,
James
there's
Proctor.
one that's like living up right next to my hotel.
I want some
room.
pizza, man.
Pizza. So what about Proctor? Is your guy who wants to get it?
Yeah, I want Proctor to win.
I don't know if he'll do it though. I'm really sad about how he started his year.
Same, but he's gonna get that new Thought Space Athletics Crux signature edition, and it's gonna be exactly what he needs.
How many signature ones is he gonna have?
All of them.
He loves a good signature.
I still don't know.
Everyone.
I still don't know what a signature and a tour series and what the difference is between the two.
I don't either.
Sick.
Are you talking?
It's kind of just an idea.
It's just a concept, yeah.
What, Corey?
Are you talking that brand or just in general?
In general, I see people have a signature and then they have a tour series, and I'm like, which one? I mean,
yeah, let's dive into this. What actually is it? Because I always thought, like, I guess you get a yearly tour series that's like your sponsor saying like, hey, you're going on tour. We want to support you. Here's a disc with your name on it. You get $5 for everyone that's sold. That's probably contractually obligated, whatever number that is. I get $5 for every Nexus sold, just so everybody knows.
Oh, nice.
Shout out. But yeah, then like, I don't know what's a signature series after that? Do you count AB's like winning disc or like Nicholas's winning disc as a signature series? Is that another thing?
I don't. That's like a congratulations disc. I don't think that's signature.
Congratulatory disc.
Well, I know for Discrafts, they did the signature series like on the off season,
right?
And it's literally the identical to tour series. It is just pushing a secondary disc. So like,
so weird.
Who am I thinking of? Ezra had the Nuke for his tour series because that's just his disc. And then his signature series was the Nebula.
Yeah.
Because that's the disc that they don't really push.
I feel like Scraft used it too as like an opportunity to highlight like lesser marketed discs too, right?
Yeah, I'm just loving that.
I don't give Corey
the only reason I said anything is so I could say Scraft.
Catching on, dude.
I don't give Corey the satisfaction. I put Scraft in today, and then I deleted it and put Scraft in our group chat today.
God.
That's awesome.
I was like, I'm not giving Corey the satisfaction right now.
I said it in North Carolina, and Broderick started saying it, so I was like, this might actually
catch it on now.
Yeah, it's just another way of pushing plastic for Scraft.
Yeah.
So, other companies, I don't know. It might be. I could see them doing a signature series where it's possibly a disc that other people already have their name on, but you also throw it a lot. So it's like if you want to push it, you can, and then maybe they don't get $5, maybe they get like $2 or something like that. I don't know.
I couldn't say. I have no idea. I think it's the same thing, but they just want to give it two different names.
Yeah.
So I have
either way, you're putting your name on something and then selling it, and most likely getting a commission. So
Yep.
It'd be kind of cool if some other companies could do that, but some people don't.
You need clout apparently, huh?
I don't know. I need something.
Clout's a hell of a drug.
That is true. I've heard.
Yeah.
Any other thing that we want to talk about so far this season, recap wise?
I'm asking
Sorry, I'm doing
ChatGPT what the difference is.
Not really. There's not much going on. I mean,
It feels
beginning
weird
of the
when we have
season.
like a week off too.
Yeah, it's a little bizarre.
Yeah. All right. So let's just get to it. Let's get to some picks this week, and let's give you like a little bit of a point update. So, so far our picks this season, Corey is in the lead with 6 points. So last week or 2 weeks ago, last event, he had 3 points, but he had the winner Niklas in his team. So there's his 3 points to get him to 6. Taylor picked up another dark horse, Austin Turner, to pick up another point to get him to 5 points. I got a goose egg, no pun intended, because I picked up because I chose Goose in my group. And also I had Gannon, who slipped out of the top 3 again. So anyways, I got no points, so I'm at 4. And Matt, congratulations, picked up his first point, having Kyle Klein on his in the podium. So
Heck yeah, little bottom.
Let's go, little bottom. So Corey is at 6th, Taylor's at 5, I'm at 4, and Matt's at 1 point. So
I'm on the board. That's all that matters.
as order goes, it'll go Matt, myself, Taylor, then Corey with the picks this week. So give me 1 second so I can reorder.
Bro, ChatGPT gave me just a novel about the differences. This is amazing. I don't know
What,
how
signature
accurate-
and tour? Really?
Yeah.
It's actually coded to do that. There's not a joke.
Coded to do what?
It's coded to give overly long responses rather than overly
Yeah.
short responses. So it'll always
define overly short.
Well, yeah, that
LOL.
doesn't. I'm saying, instead of giving you a 2-sentence response, it'll actually like it when they're programming, when they say like, "Hey, that's not good," if it's really short. They want multiple examples, stuff like that.
Yes or no, and then it gives you a paragraph.
No, that is legit how it works.
Nice.
But
all right,
so
Matt.
I start out.
We're gonna do some picks here. So Matt, what do you got?
Okay. Dang, I think I just gotta go with my guy here. I'm gonna take Calvin off the bat.
He won it last year.
He did win it last year. That's correct. I don't know.
It was a silver series last year.
I don't even remember how he did this week or last week, but I know he was not, or he was back in some capacity, and I think that's a nice safe bet here.
Okay, so Calvin for you.
Yes, sir.
I am going to go. Give me a second here. I hate how we are already going with, or at least myself, going with safe bets, but
Bro, I got 1 point. I gotta make sure.
Just gotta get
I
something
think
going.
I honestly think I've picked them every week. Let me check before I say. Oh no, wait, did I? All right, 1, 2. I've picked them every week so far, so I'm gonna pick them again. Gannon.
Let's go.
Burr.
Let's go.
I've gotten Gannon every time this season. He's my guy. All right, Taylor, who's your first pick?
Give me Richard Wysocki.
Yeah, that's a good pick. Got to do it.
You know
right?
why he didn't win last year? Because he didn't
'Cause he
play.
wasn't there.
He's won it every time he's played it.
Yeah. He's got to win it again, right?
I hope
All right,
so.
Corey,
because I need points.
Who's your first pick?
I'm gonna go Carl Klein.
Very good. He's just too good. Last year, did not play in the event. Actually, he did finish 8th. Lost by 12. But that was
It's
last
almost
year.
good.
I was
It's
gonna
almost
say,
good.
oh, nice, 8th. And you said lost by 12, and I'm like, ooh.
But no. To be fair, Calvin beat the second place guy by 6 strokes. So Calvin ripped it last year. So All right, Corey,
Did you
get the
get
pick
that
again.
reference?
Another one.
No, I didn't. I missed it.
All right, cool. I'm gonna go with Anthony Barelli.
Dang you,
I
bro.
was gonna pick that guy.
Me too.
I know.
Yeah, he finished second in this event last year, and he's good at disc golf.
Yeah.
All right, Taylor, who you got?
Give me
Iguodala.
Ezra Robinson.
I've been doing him every single week, and he has yet to get me a point.
Dude,
So
this is the one.
you can have him. I don't want to.
I want to believe so bad. I feel like he's not like on the radar of like performance, but he's like almost 1040. Like this dude is good at the game.
Yeah, that's what I'm
I just don't
saying.
understand.
Wait, Brody popped a top 10 here last year?
Yes, it was a silver event, dude.
Go B-Rod.
Yeah.
I just want to check one thing before I make my pick. Oh man.
Oh, are we still
Like-
using the official world rankings for dark horses?
That's what I was also about to ask.
Yeah, it needs to be the official. We need to keep it consistent.
So,
So,
the PDGA. World
yeah,
ranking.
PDGA World Rankings.
What's
yeah.
the
And it's
number?
40?
50? 40?
40?
Bro,
It's got to be outside
come
the 40.
on. I'm
Um,
raging right now.
What?
How's Emerson Keith gonna do me? It's 37, man. He's such a good
I
dark horse
know.
right here.
I'm gonna say. Oh shoot! Why did this change? I don't know, man. It shouldn't be this hard. I'm gonna go Nicholas. I hate doing it though.
All right, is it back to me now?
Yeah, I chose Nicholas. Don't love it, but
It's already mad about it.
because I don't want to do that, but I did.
I'm gonna go.
I need some points, man.
I need some points too, brother. I gotta get some motion happening here.
And Matt needs some help.
I need some help.
He needs
Badly.
to pick the winner, the dark
How-
horse, and
He
have
needs it
another
all.
top
Yeah,
three.
And an unrelated note: how is Joel Freeman top 13 in the world?
Bro, he's consistent. I almost
And
picked him.
he is consistent. But
Almost, but he never gets top three ever. So I
How's
couldn't
Ezra
do it.
Ader hold 23?
can I have Bradley Williams?
I almost thought about it.
That
You
is-
going with a Bradley Williams again?
Yeah, I'm really trying to change it up, bro. I do have to make something magical
I
happen.
gotta change it up. Even though I've chosen before, I gotta change it
It's
up.
different this time.
All right. And Matt, who's gonna be your last guy?
Oh shoot, I forgot I have another one. You know what? It would be great if we were double checking these people signed up, but whatever.
You know,
All good.
let 'em rip.
I mean, I've made the mistake before. Give me. It's tough. It's tough.
It is.
Dude, I just feel like I have no clue how any of these people. Give me Andrew Marweed.
Yes.
I just have no clue how any of these people are gonna play. I feel like.
Man, who did I take the last time? I almost could have had identical. Guys, I've taken Gannon and Nicholas already twice this year.
That's crazy.
The Discmania, man.
Oh, boo-hoo.
I'm literally going to be taking.
You could take Greg Barsby.
Yeah, he's there.
Signed up.
I'm going to go James Proctor.
Okay. Dude, he broke my heart like twice this year. I didn't want to.
Yeah, I know. I
He might
just,
break your heart too, man.
I think he will, but yeah. Yep. He played well there last year. So I'm just going to hope on that. Taylor, you're up.
Give me Adam Ames.
I like that one.
He just had his birthday too, man. Little birthday.
Happy
pic
birthday,
for him.
Adam Ames. He's gonna throw those $35 E-Flex Jawbreaker swirl double pits to chesty zone all over the place.
Dude, I can't wait. I'm getting mine on Monday.
Wait, what is Missy Gannon's tour series? Is it the Thrasher?
Yeah.
And I heard that that's not as overstable as they thought either.
Or
So-
it's not
all
as
right,
overstable as I thought it would
Yeah.
be.
Corey,
Okay.
you get to have the last one, my guy.
Oh shoot!
Going Aaron Gossage.
Yeah, I wanted to
What
pull
is
the
Because I
trigger on
actually
him.
think he's going to win.
That,
Yeah,
if
you hate to say it, but okay.
Corey could get a big lead, I think, if he gets that one.
Wait, is it outside the top 40? We said.
Yes, outside top 40. So
Wow, that's
Corey,
so depressing.
Corey, you get to choose your first dark horse.
I'm going Casey White.
Oh my gosh,
Bro, I was
that's
actually
a
going to take
great
Casey.
pick.
That's a good pick, dude.
He's been trending so hard right now.
Yeah.
That's a
I'll
great
trend
pick.
him so hard right now.
All right, Taylor, who do you got?
Give me Lucas Humphreys.
Again.
It
He's
wasn't me
the,
the first time.
He believes now.
Free humps.
Oh, that's right. That was Corey. But Taylor is the dark horse whisperer. So
I do have I'm betting against my own bet of saying that if he's in the top 5 again, I'm going to give Matt all my points for the whole year.
I forgot about that bet. That's such a W. Let's make it happen. Lucas Humphreys. I can
Luke
get
to
you
the moon.
I can get you some steroids, man. It'll make you throw real far.
The way he
Or
throws,
some
it's not going to help
Taco
anyway.
Bell.
No, bro, he'll just muscle it. It's fine.
That's all
I got it. Ah, dang. Nico is 35th. I was going to go Nico.
I was thinking about Nico.
Dang.
Spreading his seed, baby.
He is the seed spreader.
You guys remember the footwear iPath?
No.
I have no clue what you're talking about.
It was a skateboard brand. They were known for like mid-top skate shoes with
You're mid.
like alpaca
Give
fur in
mid-top.
them. They were so weird. That's just like if I had to close my eyes and say Luke Humphreys out loud, that's just what I picture. is a brown mid-top skate shoe with alpaca fur inside, and then the tongue also had like a little pocket for like illegal substances. Yeah.
Oh.
Nice.
Sorry, I'm taking like 17 years. I'm trying to like find like those are both. I mean, I was thinking about taking Casey White and I was thinking about taking Luke Humphreys. Frick.
Could take Scott Stokely.
I'm just taking Austin Turner. I hope he's playing in this tournament. Austin Turner.
And y'all are just gonna let me take this one, just coming off a little W. No, it wasn't a Pro Tour W, but I'm gonna take Drew Gibson here.
He's outside
There
that
it is.
40?
He's 62, dude.
Yo, what? How is
don't
Ezra
think he's that
Aderhold in
old.
the 20s?
Oh my gosh.
And Drew's down there, man. What
Oh
happened?
my
Drew
gosh,
is
guys,
62nd.
Brody is ranked ahead of Drew by 1.
Yeah, that's insane. But Drew Gibson just took a W last week. I mean, it wasn't an official event, but he's at least in that competitive mindset he's been talking about a lot. So I believe.
That could steal it. All right, so here's what we got. Matt's got Calvin, Bradley, and Marweed, and his dark horse is Drew. I've got Gannon, Nicholas, and Proctor, and my dark horse is Austin Turner. Taylor's got Ricky, Ezra, Robinson, Adam Hames.
Huh?
Adam Hamiz.
And Luke Humphrey. And Corey's got Kyle Klein, AB Gossage, and Casey White. I could see all
I was
four of
just
those.
going to say,
All
I
four
love
of those
Corey's
people
picks,
could
man.
be. Four of those people could be in the top 3. And yes, that is possible.
With a tie, baby. That's all you need.
Yeah, tie for third, tie for second. No, tie for third is what it would be. That's crazy. That's such a good list. I think Casey White could go off too. He's been trending so well.
AC White is just like, I feel like he's way better than his like.
I think Kyle Klein. I think
suggests.
Kyle Klein will win. Kyle Klein is so good at low ceiling places, and I feel like when you play Texas State, there's so many low ceiling shots.
I
That's
feel
why-
like you're just complimenting my choices
Gassing you
so
up.
much.
Yeah, bro. Why don't
Yeah.
you spread the love a little bit and make me feel okay about Andrew Marweed,
Dude,
bro?
Proctor's gonna run your team into the ground, bro.
Yeah,
Dude, if I picked Proctor like 2 or 3 weeks and then I don't because he just keeps letting me down and Tyler picks him, he pops a top 3.
Pops off, yeah.
I might just.
Wouldn't that be great if that happens and Proctor wins and Taylor was saying that he wanted to get Proctor get his first win, and yeah,
True.
it goes under my record of getting it.
Yeah, and Luke Humphreys goes top 5, and then he
Oh,
gives
then I'll
all
just-
of the points to Matt.
I already sent him the trend. He's gonna be fine.
We should throw in something where, like, if someone gets their first win as you pick them, we would have to give Matt Corey some points because he got the Nicholas pick. That would be something sick.
That would be fun to look at, though. Like if they get their first win as a pick, that would be cool. A little bonus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, we can just bump Corey way in the lead then in that case. Well, it's going to be a tight race. We're going to see how many points. Matt desperately needs some points.
I need to make some motion happen. Here's the issue. I pick
We've
with
got
my
a
heart,
long
not with
season
my
ahead of
head.
us.
I mean, here's a problem, right? Let's say I pick, I don't know, dark horse. Taylor picks the winner, and Corey gets AB into a top 3, right? So I go to 5. Corey goes to I go to 5. Taylor goes to 8. Corey goes to 7, and then Matt's still in 1. Like that's in a hole. That's in a hole.
Yeah, it's tough.
Oh boy.
Wrong
So
for that, man.
if Matt gets a if Matt gets a win, then just imagine if Drew Gibson gets a win. That's 4 points right there. That puts Matt right back in it.
Back on the map, baby.
True. He did just take a W this weekend, but it was at a much.
He's in his
smaller
winning
event.
ways.
He's in his winning ways. So
Yeah. So looking forward to I actually like watching Texas State's. You always got to throw some shots. Dude, I heard it's like really, really long though. So God bless anyone who's playing that course. You can be throwing your arm out. So
yeah, that's rough.
yeah. Any other comments we want to make? Getting out of here.
I think I'm gonna start skipping for the forehand.
You're gonna
do
pull the.
the Nate
Let's
Sexton hop.
A little hot.
Little crow hop.
I've never
Awesome.
tried it.
Let me tell you, I used to do that, and I played around with my girlfriend one time. She said I liked your cute little hop when you threw that throw, and I have never done it again.
That's sick, dude. Big respect for that one.
She topped you.
Yeah,
I just
gotta-
watched a video of Ricky throwing a forehand. It just seemed like so fluid.
Well,
Too bad he's gonna lose.
he was scouted to be a major league pitcher.
So is he a major league pitcher?
Nobody probably has a
nobody's-
good
Then who
forehand.
cares?
He's got a cannon. He's got a cannon.
Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. My dad tried out for the Tigers. Doesn't matter.
Does your dad play disc golf?
No, he doesn't.
Is your
But
dad
he
a
is
Tiger?
He was a lefty pitcher, and he made it to the final round. And they said you're a little too old.
Ooh. yeah,
Tough.
yeah, hate to hear that one.
Tough.
Well, he was like 25, and all the other dudes were like 18. And they're like, "Sorry, kid,
He's
you're
got
a little
life
too
experience,
old."
man.
And then like cigar.
There
Because
is
I
like
just
an
picture him growing up in like the old times.
there is an age limit for rookie ball. I do know that much, which is probably what it was. But all right, let's cap this episode off. Let's put a cap on it. Put a
Stop the
Cap.
cap, Corey.
cap in it. Yeah, Corey, why don't you shut us down for tonight?
We'd
Trying
like to
to
say our
act-
thanks to Taco Bell, FoundationDiscSports.com, AtlasDGS.com, and special shout out this week to Corey's dad. Check us
They
out.
should have taken you,
Spotify.
man. They should have taken you.
They should have taken you for the Tigers.
What is my dad's name?
Richard.
Ronald.
I don't need to know his name, bro. I just need
No,
to
this is a quiz.
understand
This
his.
This is our
How
Trevor
would I
Talk
know this
trivia.
information? How would I know this information?
You don't. You
I've
don't.
never
All
met
three
your
of you are
dad.
guessing.
I've never even met
All
you.
thr-
I do
David,
like that
what
me and
reviewer
Tyler
guess?
both ripped our names instantly.
Richard.
Ronald.
David.
You're all wrong. See you guys later.